Hey, in this video, we're going to be talking a little bit about how often you should weigh yourself if you're trying to lose weight. Should you do it daily, weekly, monthly? And what's the best way to do it, specifically trying to lose weight in the long run? Now, before we get into the video, if you want workout tips, advice, nutrition advice, and so on, click the subscribe button below, and we will guide you, keep you up to date with all our latest videos. So what is weight? I feel like before we get into the nitty-gritty of how often you should weigh yourself, it's good to understand what weight is. Weight is obviously everything in your body. So you've got things like your blood, your water, your skin, your organs, your hair. There's loads of things that make up weight. You've got muscle as well, and you've got body fat. Out of all them things, if you're trying to lose weight, I would say 9.9 times out of 10, people are just looking to lose fat from their body. So if you're looking to lose weight, think of it as you're looking to lose body fat. So remember, if you was to trim your hair or chop your arm off, you're likely going to lose a little bit of weight. If you cut off your arm, obviously you'd lose more. But you have to remember not to get overly hung up on the overall number of weight, because you only want to lose body fat. You don't want to lose muscle, because muscle helps you burn body fat. You don't want to lose your hair. You don't want to lose your organs. You don't want to bleed and lose your blood. So it's important to remember the only thing you want to lose is fat. When you're weighing yourself, you're going to be fluctuating all the time. If you do a workout, chances are you're going to be having higher water retention and inflammation and so on. So just remember, you only want to lose fat. So how do you measure fat loss? So if you've got your scales, there are certain scales out there that will specifically tell you how much fat you hold on your body. Now, they may be pretty accurate. If you've got some scales in there, you would normally put in your height, your weight, stand on the scales, and I have these type of scales myself, and it will tell you how much body fat you have on your body. They would normally tell you how much muscle you have as well, and your water retention, and it will normally tell you how much visceral fat, which is the fat around your organs, which is the dangerous fat. Tell you your overall weight, and then it will break down how much of fat you have, how much muscle you have, how much visceral fat you have around your organs, which is really good to know, because visceral fat is the fat you need to be worried about, because that's the ones that's around your organs. That's the dangerous type of fat. Bear that in mind. Weight, you only want to lose body fat. I've not really met anyone that wants to lose muscle or skin. Well, some people, if they've lost a lot of weight, they may want to lose their skin, but they don't want to lose their organs, they don't want to lose their arms and so on. They just want to lose fat. So this video is for you if you're just trying to lose body fat from your body and lower your weight. Just remember that. I'll put a link in the description below to some scales that are great. I'll actually link to the ones that I have. They're really good, and they measure all them different parts that make up your weight. Another thing you need to remember is weight fluctuates. So throughout the day, it will vary. When you wake up in the morning, you'll be at your lightest. Generally, at the end of the day, when you've eaten and you've had drink, you will be at your heaviest. And fluctuating is down to eating, drinking, working out, because that tends to have a bit of a higher water retention and blood response. Remember, your weight will fluctuate based on things that aren't to do with body fat. Yeah, if your muscles are tired, they're going to hold a little bit more water than they normally would. So that does affect things like your overall weight. That's why it's important to have some scales that normally tell you how much body fat you have on your body. Now, the next thing on your journey, before we get into how often you should weigh yourself, is how much weight do you need to lose? Because if you're someone who only needs to lose a stone, chances are you're not going to lose as much weight per week, per day, per month as someone who has to lose 4 or 5 stone. So if you weigh 11 stone at the moment and you want to get to 10 stone, there's someone who is 15 stone who wants to get to 10 stone. On that journey, the person who's 15 stone will lose weight at a quicker rate compared to the person at 11 stone getting to 10. Because the first couple of stone of the 15 stone person, so they've got the identical kind of body type, height, lifestyle and so on, is they may lose 3-4 pounds a week, whereas someone who's 11 stone may only lose 1-2 pounds a week until they get to 10 stone. And if you've got more weight to lose, it'll come off quite quickly at first, but it slows down naturally. Because if you're 20 stone and you're losing 1% a week, that is more than someone who is 15 stone losing 1% a week. If you're 11 stone, losing 1% a week. So just remember, you will lose weight based on your current circumstance and size. So if you used to be 15 stone and now you're 11 and you're doing the same program, your rate of weight loss will be a little bit different, okay? So just bear that in mind, and that's really important reason why not to compare yourself to anyone else. If you're doing a fitness program with your husband or someone that's bigger than you, and they're saying, oh, I've lost loads this week, this is how much I lost, and then you've lost a pound or two and you're not the same size, don't worry about that, because you're comparing yourself to someone who's a totally different size to you, okay? Now, the next part of how often you should weigh yourself, before we get to the specific how often, is what time of day should you weigh yourself? I always say to my clients, weigh yourself first thing in the morning, the moment you wake up. You could brush your teeth quick, that's fine, but literally weigh yourself on your scales, ideally naked, before you've eaten, before you drank, because that is going to be the most consistent way to weigh yourself. Because if you're weighing yourself at different times of day, then if you're weighing yourself in the morning and then next time you weigh yourself, you're in the afternoon and you've put on a pound, you're comparing it to a time of day when you've eaten and drank. Whereas in the morning, it's going to be most consistent, because the moment you wake up, nothing would have changed. You likely wouldn't have had a drink, you wouldn't have eaten before you weigh in. So if you can keep that one variable the same all the time, weigh yourself first thing in the morning, because that is going to stay consistent. If you're going to weigh yourself in the evening, and you're only going to weigh yourself in the evening, weigh yourself always in the evening. Don't do it in the morning 1 week, in the evening 1 week, because it's not consistent and it's a very big variable. So weigh yourself at the same time all the time, and I say do it first thing in the morning, because it's going to be consistent, because you wouldn't have eaten, you wouldn't have drank unless you're a sleep eater, secret eater in the middle of the night. But if you can do that, weigh yourself first thing in the morning, you're going to get really consistent results that are going to be more reliable than weighing them in at any other time of day, because that's when your body is in its most natural state. The next thing to ask yourself before you figure out whether you should do it daily, weekly, or monthly, or quarterly, is how does it affect your mood? If you wake up in the morning and you weigh yourself and you're really happy with your result, that's great. You're going to be really happy for the rest of the day. You're going to tell your husband, hey, guess how much weight I lost today? I lost 2 pounds, or I lost a pound, or I lost half a pound today. And then you're going to be really happy. And then the next time you weigh yourself and it's not in the right direction, which does happen, is and you've stayed the same or you've gone up in weight, how does that then affect your mood? Are you going to then be quite sad, down, a bit angry because you've worked hard this week and you think, oh, I should have lost weight this week. Why did I not lose weight this week? Is that then going to put you in a mood? So how does that affect your mood, and how do you react? Because if you weigh yourself and you're not happy with your result, you're like, oh, worked really hard this week and I've not lost any weight. I've put on a pound or I've stayed the same. What am I doing wrong? Oh, stuff this. I'm going to go eat a biscuit or have a bad drink or something like that. So watch how you react to your weight loss, because if you're reacting in a negative way, there's then going to kind of push you into certain ways of how often you should weigh yourself. Because if you're going to be moody after a weigh-in, the chances are you should probably weigh yourself in less. The chances are of going backwards and eating bad and going in the wrong direction again is going to be higher when you're in a negative state. So yeah, make sure you pay attention to your mood after you've weighed yourself. Is it happy? Great. But on a bad result, which is the most important result, how do you then react? Okay, so before we go into my personal opinion of how often you should weigh yourself, quickly pause the video and let me know how often you weigh yourself currently. Stick it in the comments below. I'd really like to know. I find all that stuff quite interesting. So pause this video. When you've written in the comments, come back and then I'll tell you when the best time of day is to weigh yourself. So pause it now. Ding. How often do I think you should weigh yourself? So I always say to my clients, only weigh yourself on a Friday morning, first thing when you wake up. That is once a week. It's not daily. You will see other people say you should weigh yourself daily, because it's a little bit more consistent, and you can find out how you react to certain things in a day. So if you had a bad meal one day, how much weight you can expect to put on, or if you have a good day, how much you could expect to lose, and so on and so forth. The problem is weighing with daily, and I've kind of covered it in the previous topic, is if you're reacting in a negative mood to your results from your weight loss, then daily is a terrible idea to be following if you're trying to lose weight, because you don't lose weight every day. So say, for example, there's 7 days in your week. For 3 or 4 of the days, that weight's not moving, and you're going to be losing a pound that week, for example, or half a pound. Half a pound is excellent, because you're going to be losing 52 pounds in a year, which is 5 stone. But if you're 4 days out of 7, the scale is telling you you've not lost weight. Following day, you've not lost weight. Following day, you've not lost weight. What happens? You start to beat yourself up. You become a bit negative with your results and your training plan and your nutrition plan. And your consistency then goes out the window because, what am I doing wrong? And so on and so forth. So do not make the mistake of weighing yourself daily if your goal is to lose weight. It's a terrible idea, in my opinion. You will hear other people say, weigh yourself daily, it's the best thing to do. Don't, because if you're in a bad mood when you get a bad result, then daily is a bad idea, because you're not going to change that much daily. And if you even go down by 0.1 or 0.2, you're probably going to be in your house, how have I only lost a 0.1 today? I did an intermittent fast yesterday, and so on, okay? So weigh yourself weekly on the same day. And the reason why I say that is because if you weigh yourself on a Friday, and then the next time you weigh yourself is on Monday, just over a week later, you're going to get 2 different results because you've just had the weekend. So I find with my clients, Monday to Friday, they have a consistent kind of week. They will be at work, or they will be doing their normal schedule. On a weekend, the schedule goes out the window a little bit. They may meet up with friends, they may go out for dinner. So on a Monday and a weekend is too much of a variable to be weighing in on one of them days. So I say specifically do Friday. Another reason why a Friday is because if you do have a bad weekend and you're going to weigh yourself next Friday, you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday as well, included in the start of that week, to get back into your results, to let your body readapt after a bad weekend. I mean, if you've gone out to drink, you're going to be holding more water and alcohol in your body from the night out. A Monday isn't going to be a good result. A Tuesday, you may still be adapting and your body readjusting from your weekend. So if you're going to weigh yourself on a Friday morning where it's nowhere near any hiccups or variables that you had from a previous weekend, and then that way you're going to get a more accurate result. So don't weigh yourself on a Monday, a Sunday, or a Saturday, in my opinion, unless you have the same weekend every week, okay? So weigh yourself on a Friday, do it religiously. Also, if you have a trainer who asks for you to send in their weight on a Friday, like I do to all my clients, the moment you get a bad result, because it happens to absolutely everyone, where you stay the same or you go up in weight, do not send that message in with your results. And it's super important that you send it in on that day. The reason being is because that's when you need the most help. That is when the trainer can support you, or I can support you with your results. If you're on a 6-week challenge with us and you're trying to lose 1 to 2 stone in 6 weeks, if you have a week where you stay the same weight or you go up in weight, don't hide. You need to reach out to me, because I will help you, push you in the right direction. I will figure out where you've gone wrong, and I will tell you some simple changes that you may need to do, and we can work together to get you going in the right direction. Now, before we come out of this video, there's just one thing I want to talk about, and that is do not become obsessive with your weight. Because if you're working out and you're eating healthy, you're going to be going in the right direction. So what I normally say to my clients is we don't just measure your weight, we measure around your tummy, around your belly button, because that's where we tend to store a lot of our body fat, and that's a lot where the dangerous fat is. And we also do our before photos and after photos, and you may have seen some amazing ones on our social media pages. So just remember that weight is hair, organs, skin, blood, water, muscle, and fat. Chances are you only want to lose your body fat. So that's why I always say to people, measure your inches, do your before photos, because there is another thing called body composition. And what body composition is where you could stay the same weight, but you look completely different. So for example, if I weigh 12 stone, I could look like a 12 stone person who drinks beer all day and a bit skinny fat, or I could look like a 12 stone person who's on the cover of a Men's Health magazine. They may stay the same weight, but they have a different completely body type from their training. And that is called body composition. So remember, if you're on a body transformation, just remember them before photos and after photos are super important, because that's really going to tell the story of what you're looking like and how well your progress is going. Weight doesn't tell you how happy you are. It doesn't tell you how you look. And people don't look at you and say, oh, look, 10 stone 9. They call you by your name. They look in your eyes. They see how pretty you are. They see how outgoing you are, or how friendly you are, and what your personality is like. And if you're a nice person, people will love you. And if you're happy, that is the most #1 thing. It beats any weight loss. It beats anything. You could be 15 stone and happy, or 10 stone and miserable. I'd rather be 15 stone and happy, okay? So bear that in mind. Don't get over obsessive with your weight. It's not the be all and end all of your life. Just remember that, and remember to stay happy. That's the most important thing. If your weight is getting you down, you can do something about it and get results. Come ask me or ask a personal trainer near you, and you can get great results. But remember, happiness is the most important thing, and not all the time happiness is dependent on weight. I've seen people lose weight and they're still unhappy. Normally it's something else. Maybe it may be their work, maybe it may be their family life, and they have deeper issues than just weight loss. And the thing is, to get on track, you need to probably fix them before you can make a real success of your results, okay? So yeah, I hope this video helps you. Drop a comment below. Let me know how often you weigh yourself, and make sure you've subscribed to the channel. Check out our videos, because we're here to help you with weight loss, nutrition advice, and workouts. Take care, bye.